The annual average price per square foot for office space in a city is $30.78 in the year 2004, and it was $66.41 in the year 2015. A. Find an exponential function of the form f of t equals y sub 0 b to the t to model these data in which t equals 0 corresponds to 2004. So what they want us to do is to get this information and create an equation that has this form. When they say exponential function, they mean this form. The equation would look like this. Now the information, how do you use it to find what this equation should look like? Well, when we're done with the equation, when we find the equation, we should have a number in the place of y sub 0 and a number in the place of b. And once you plug those numbers in here, you write this equation, and we call that the model. The word model is used since we're using data to come up with the equation. So models are done when you do a research project or an investigation. You're using data to come up with an equation. So we say a model. The model is an equation. That's all it is. Now, if we get the information they gave us here, these numbers, notice in the year 2004, the average price per square foot for office space was $30.78. In 2015, it was $66.41. So in table form, this would be our first data point. This would be our second data point. So what we're doing is organizing the information they gave us so that we could then use it to come up with what this equation should look like. So you could put your data, your information from the problem in table form if you like. Or you could use a timeline. Notice in the year 2004, the price was $30.78. In the year 2015, the price was $66.41. So instead of a table, you could use a timeline. It's your choice. And then notice that t equals 0 is assigned to 2004, since that's where this information started coming in. This is where the research started. Time equals 0, that means the starting, the original. So originally this was in 2004, so the time was time equals 0. That means the clock is ticking. Now if you move to 2015, notice that t equals 0 changed to t equal 11 since 11 years have gone by. So 11 years after 2004, the price is $66.41. So here's the year, here's the price, here's the year, here's the price. But to come up with the equation, you need time. So 2004 is time equals 0. 2015 is time equal 11. This one, where you start, this one is the original. So notice the original amount is going to go here. The y's represent the money, and t is the time. So the original amount goes right here. So you take your $30.78 and you put them here in the place of y sub 0. So notice we already found out y sub 0. We just need to find the b. To find the b, you use the next or another data point. So we use this information to figure out the b. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the 6641 and put it here where the y is. And it's paired up time. It's paired up with this time, 11. 11 is going to go here. So the 11 goes here. The 6641 goes here. And so the only thing you need to find is the b. So let's plug that information in. So we plug it into the equation. So I use the second data point to find B. The second data point is this information. So the T is replaced with an 11. The Y is replaced with a 6641. So after substituting and replacing those variables, this is what it looks like. So notice it's just a matter of getting this B by itself. So we need to move this number to the other side of the equation and this number to the other side of the equation. We'll first move the 3078 by dividing both sides by 3078, canceling it from here. But if you divide this side by 3078, you have to divide this side by 3078. So let's do that. So after the division, it looks like this. And then notice that I have to move this 11 to the other side, but it's a power. Powers interact with powers. So what we do is put this in parentheses, and if there's no power, you could always assume a power of 1. Assume a power of 1. Now that you have powers on both sides of the equation, these powers can interact. So now divide this 11 by 11, so you could be able to cancel it to 1. B to the first is B. But if you divide this power by 11, you have to divide the power of the other side of the equation by 11. So now you're going to key this in to the calculator. So you're going to do this division and then raise it to 1 over 11. Just make sure that when you raise it to 1 over 11, you put parentheses here when you key it into your calculator. So find this division, raise it to parentheses 1 over 11, close parentheses. Hit enter, and you get this for the B. So now we know the B is this. So now replace the B with the number it represents, and this is the one we call the model, the equation that was produced with this data. So that's part A. In part B, they ask us if the model, that means the equation, remains accurate, what was the predicted rent per square foot in the year 2016? So 2016, remember this study began in 2004. So how many years have gone by from 2004 to 2016? You do this subtraction, 12 years have gone by. So now this 12 replaces that T. Key it into your calculator, and you get $70.89. $70.89. For C, they're giving us by experimenting with different values. I mean, if you're going to experiment with different values, I mean, it's trial and error. That means you're going to try one value, try another one till you get what you're looking for. It says by experimenting with different values, estimate the first full year in which the price per square foot exceeded $50. Now remember that the Y is the money part. This is the money part. And we're looking for the value of T, which is the years. What value of T can I use so that when I key this in, I get the number right above $50? So this is why we have trial and error. So try a T equal 8, key all this into the calculator, and you get 53.68. Can you get it closer to 50? Well, bring the 8 down to a 7. So try a 7 now. Plug it in, and you get a 50.08. So notice 50.08 is the closest you could get to 50, because they wanted, what's the first time you exceed 50? And that happens when 7 years have gone by after 2004. So 7 years after 2004, that would make it the year 2011. So in the year 2011, that was the first full year in which the price per square foot exceeded $50.